Now I know you're wondering, dang man, how is he able to do this podcast stuff like he's doing it? He's got it everywhere. Well, if you haven't heard about Anchor by Spotify, it's the easiest way to make a podcast with everything you need all in one place. Now hear me out, let me explain. Anchor has the tools that allow you to record and edit your podcast right from your phone or computer. When hosting on Anchor, you can distribute your podcast on listening platforms like Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and more. It's everything you need to make a podcast in one place. And best of all, Anchor is totally free. Now download the Anchor app or go to Anchor FM to get started. Again, you can either download the Anchor app or go to anchor.fm to get started. A wise man by the name of Napoleon Dynamite once said, "Girls like guys with skills." And he was right. Well, would you look at that? It's time for another epilecture. From me, your host. Thanks for tuning in for another week. Now, of course, I'm big on engagement, trying to build it. I want it, I need it. So I'm always going to attach a link. And this link will lead you to a place where you can leave me voice messages. Like I said, if in the past, if you like it, if you hate it, if I'm being a dickhead, just let me know. And your voice could be a voice on a future episode, highlighting the voicemails that I receive for each episode. You know, this is a podcast that anyone can listen to, male or female. Doesn't really matter the age. All I know is I just want the ears. I want your audience. I want it. Now, to break off into what we talking about. There's a lot of unskilled fellas out here. You don't know how to do nothing. And you know how I know this? I see it. The women are saying it. If I catch your mama on a good day and she's talking to me about something, she'll probably tell me. Your father will say something about you don't know how to do nothing either. There's a lot of unskilled gentlemen out here. Now, this is something that can easily be changed. All you have to do is try. One good try. And you could potentially add skill after skill after skill until you're almost something like a Renaissance man. There's nothing that you can't do, right? And I really don't know. Well, yes, I do. I do know why. There's a lot of bros who are unskilled, right? It's because you always had the comfort of being able to call somebody saying, "Hey, can you do this for me? Can you do this for me? Can you help me?" Now, I'm definitely not saying that you don't need to be paying people to take care of things that you don't necessarily want to do. That's not what I'm saying. But what I am saying is on the daily, you don't know how to do anything. I mean, as ludicrous as this sounds, there's a lot of men out here who don't know how to wash their own clothes. They don't get the gist of separating and the different modes of the dryer with the different heat settings. Especially, they don't understand the different modes of the washer. They don't even know where to put the soap. There's a lot of bros that if someone wasn't cooking for them, whether it be mom, dad, grandmother, auntie, sister, KFC, McDonald's, Popeyes, Burger King, Subway, Lenny's, Mike's, whatever sub shop or whatever local eatery that they go to, if it wasn't for them, they would starve. And I'm not just talking about like, ooh, I'm hungry. I'm talking about high level starving. I'm talking about all you had to do was go in the kitchen and do something, like make a sandwich, do something, so you wouldn't starve. You can't do that. Now, I'm not going to totally just eat your lunch about, car maintenance, changing oil, changing tires or something like that. I'm not going to eat your lunch about that, okay? But there's easy things that you don't know how to do, that you should probably know how to do them, especially if you plan on being the type of guy who wants to ask a lady to spend the rest of her life with you. You can't be sorry. And by sorry, I'm not meaning apologetic. I mean sorry as in you are know nothing, do nothing, troglodyte. All you do is just sit around and you get your skinny jeans with the holes in them, and then you get the fat long ass shoes to go along with them. So when you're out in public, you're looking like a capital L. Like, no. You gotta have some sort of skill, right? And I'm not even really just gonna eat your lunch about a lot of manual labor, because a lot of people spend a lot of time in apartment living. And when you're spending time in apartment living, there's literally nothing that you have to do, because of course you got groundskeepers, you got maintenance and things of this nature. But the thing is, once you move out, like, what are you gonna do? Again, I'm not trashing you paying for services, yard and different things of that nature. And I'm also not gonna eat your lunch if you don't have, if your sinuses ain't built for you to be outside. Like, we are normal, functioning men at this point with no disabilities, no mental delays, no nothing. And you mean to tell me you don't know how to do anything? You barely know how to drive. Like, why are you okay with not being able to know how to cook? I'm not talking about being, America's Next Top Chef or Gordon Ramsay or anything like that. We talking scrambled eggs and pancakes at this point. You never had the urge to just want to learn how to do something. Look it up. Maybe ask, someone with years of cooking for you, pull them to the side and say, hey, can you teach me how to make scrambled eggs? Can you teach me how to make pancakes? How do I make bacon in the oven? How do I do it on the stovetop? Is there any way that you can teach me? And it's that easy. All you have to do is ask. Now, you're going to fail a few times. As a matter of fact, it's probably why you haven't taken on the endeavor to learn nothing, because you're scared of failure. You're scared of messing up. You're scared of being seen as less than perfect. Well, brother, if you want to be good at things, you're going to have to get out here and you're going to have to learn, and you're going to have to mess it up a couple times. And Just develop. I don't know if it's the lack of role models or examples, but we got too much YouTube and too much internet for you not to know how to do like anything. All you know how to do is shop. That's it. Your lady's doing everything. And you can't even pitch in. It's not because you don't want to, it's because you don't know how. And I don't know a woman alive that's going to be patient enough to teach you what others did not. You gotta have some kind of want. I don't want to be dependent on anybody. I don't want this. I don't want that. I'll tell you a personal story. As a young man, I'm talking fresh out of high school young man, I was in your shoes. Well, not really. As far as cooking is concerned, I was in your shoes, waiting for people to do things. And I just, in my mind, I said, I want foods, specific foods. I want them when I want them, and I don't want to have to wait on anybody. So what did I do? I learned how to do it. And it was easy. Some of the easiest learning that I've ever done. And you know what that led to? It led to me learning how to do other things in the kitchen. So at this point, I'm rather self-sufficient in the kitchen. Or let's say you want to learn how to cut yards or something like that. You finally got a yard. You want to be yard of the month. But you don't want to pay for it. You want to actually get out there and grind. You want the lawnmower. You want the weed eater, you want the backpack blower, and you just want to work your yard, and you don't know where to start because no one ever taught you. Just learn. Practice in the backyard before you move out front. That's how we all did it. That's how we all do it. And then, you know what's going to happen? You're going to develop. You're going to be an expert. You're going to win Yard of the Month. And you wouldn't have never won it if you never had that urge to learn. And that's all you need, bros. Stop. Just stop depending on everyone to do things for you. Learn how to do them on your own. And flourish. Fly. Do the damn thing. Thank you for tuning in to another week of this podcast. If you can, give me a rating, subscribe, hit that notification icon whenever they offer you. I don't want you to miss an episode. Thank you for your cooperation.